I may have only met you, but I've never felt more alive. I'm so scared, and it hurts, but I know. I was shaking. I know I'm supposed to be here. I want to be with you. I need you. Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Espoir de Vide, and I may still have a bunch of Halloween games to finish, but Ren isn't getting off the hook. So we've still got quite a ways to go, but it's okay because I'm using a walkthrough. So this ending, according to the walkthrough, is called Ren Shocked You to Death. Nothing's left to the imagination there. I wonder what's gonna happen. So this scene is after torturing and killing poor Lawrence, and I've just woken up from doing a horrible murder. I relaxed on the soft cushions and ended up dozing. I woke up with a deep feeling of dread. Then I realized where I was, and it doubled. Ugh. Hey, Espoir. I couldn't get Lawrence's face out of my head. And by the looks of it, neither could Ren. There was a tense silence before Ren finally spoke. I thought it would be easy. Not really. Oh, baby's first murder. I looked at him questioningly. Killed someone. Not before Lawrence. Oh yeah, what about the guy in the basement? The douche nozzle. The stupid face. The butthead. The person I really don't like who's in the freezer in the basement. What? How did you... I went in the basement when you were gone, and I saw... well, you know. He looked flustered and scared. So, if Ren didn't kill him, then who did? I thought he broke free of his chains. I didn't kill him. He died by himself. What, did the great and awful Strade die on some bad sushi? I remembered the man in the freezer. All that blood, and his chest. What does the walkthrough tell me to do? Because I kind of want both of these answers questioned. These questioned answered. How did he die? Ren visibly clammed up. He brought someone home. I waited patiently for him to continue. He sometimes hurts people. I looked at Ren's face and neck, suddenly wondering about those scars. He messed up. They got a knife, and, well, they both ended up dead. I tried to think it over for a moment. It wasn't adding up. I looked back at Ren. So I need to ask, he hurt people, but yeah, can you explain his chest? But his chest, he was already dead. Oh, and I realized Ren was breathing harder, and I leaned away from him. I wanted a part. After all the things he did, I deserved it. I needed a piece of him to take with me. And he looked so good, still warm. Did you eat him? I approve. So I just cut him open. It's not like you'd feel it, and I got it. I ate it. My eyes widened. Ate what? I yelped as Ren snapped at me. I am not human. I ate his heart. I figured, sweetie. I stumbled backwards, trying to get away from him. I know what you're thinking, Espoir. Oh no, how terrible, how disgusting. Does that sound right? I shook my head quickly. Him is Fox. Him is carnivore. I've decided I don't really need to hear what you think anymore. Uh-oh, am I gonna get that ending early? No, please. Ah, crap. The pain shot through my body like fire. I was only dimly aware that I'd fallen back and that Ren had pounced on top of me. Ouch! I can't move. Ow, my entrails! I tried to scream as he dug claws into my chest through my shirt. Ow, ooh. I only managed terrified, choked wheezes as he tore through the material and flesh. I had nothing left to fight with. I could only stare in dull horror as he pulled the deepest parts of me out. Ow! Oh, Ren ate your heart. Oh, well, okay. I wasn't going for that ending, but thank you. He hurt people? Ren looked uncomfortable. Well, he said that's how you can really know someone. I squinted at Ren. Like, really, really know them. Oh, he's warped his young mind. Well, he's kind of a young adult anyway, but... So yeah. Sometimes he hurt people. Sometimes he killed people. I remembered the basement and the stains on the floor. I don't know if this is what I'm supposed to say, but yeah, sounds like he's a psychopath. Well, Ren, what would you call someone who just tortured people for fun? Aside from douchebag. His fur bristled. No! Weak people die. Strong people live. It doesn't matter how strong you are if someone can get a knife into your throat. That's how it works. Can I say, come on, walkthrough, can I say, isn't he dead though? Yeah, isn't he dead though? That was a stupid mistake. It wasn't fair. Exactly. Strade came across Espoir du Vide and her mountain of determination. Of course, she probably died too. He took a few deep breaths, looking like he was trying to hold back tears. He was the only one. He took care of me. Oh, I can take care of you now. I would probably totally say that. Actually, yeah, I can take care of you, baby. Come on now, come on. I'm adopting you. You are now my child, and you're going to be raised by my hundreds of fictional husbands, most of which who are also crazy and will probably corrupt you as well. But come on, you will be my son. You will be my son, you will be my child, even though you are a grown adult man. Huh? The past is all over. I reached for him, slowly, and pet his hair. He accepted it and seemed to calm down a little. I'm here now. And I like it here. You do? And I like you. I'm gonna give you so many chicken livers. We're gonna have chicken livers and spinach, and we're gonna have healthy colons. I'm sure it looked strange. Someone in a chain and collar petting their captor. It's totally what I would do. That is seriously what I would do. I would develop Stockholm Syndrome so fast that I'm ashamed of myself. But I didn't care. I'll take care of you. He relaxed. I'll take care of you too. Just get this thing off my neck. He crawled onto the couch with me. I heard the soft clinking of the chain on the floor. But it didn't bother me. Wait, what? Oh, you survived. You'll take care of each other. I mean, I'll do it. I will adopt this adult man. Alright, going back to what the walkthrough says I need to do so that I can... What's this ending called again? So that Ren can shock me to death. It looks like he only hurt you. He couldn't hold back his tears anymore. That's not true! No one ever cared about me like that. He loved me. Oh, baby. Oh, poor broken adult young man. Ren sniffled and slouched, shrinking down. And now that he's gone, I've never felt more empty. He started sobbing. Why did I... What did you do? I asked him, cautiously. Quietly, almost a whisper. I could tell he was unstable. Dangerous. Ren sniffled and lifted his head. I didn't do anything. I looked at him, confused. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. He told me to help him. He even begged me. But I didn't do anything. I could only think of the things he did. Why didn't I help him? Because you had a moment of clarity, my little bunion, my little cupcake, my little grown adult man muffin. In fact, what you really should have done is pointed and laughed. I don't think that he's gonna like that I said he did the right thing. He was a murderer, a monster. You're right. Ren looked up at me wearily. And so am I. Ah, crap. Ren looked at me darkly. I felt a pit of dread in my gut as I knew I'd done something wrong. He raised the remote. Wait. Ren, can we talk about this? I tried to run, but it was too late. I fell to the floor. Listen, buddy! I gasped for air. I didn't have time to beg before he pressed it again. Stop! Eventually, the pain stopped. Gosh darn it, there goes that incarnation of me. Ren shocked you to death. Well, fine, that's exactly what I wanted. And thank you for the lore, Ren. What if I don't say anything? What if I say nothing? Ren continued to shake silently for a few moments. When he finally spoke again, his voice was soft and even. Now he's gone, and I've been trying to replace him. But I can't. You're nothing like him. Yeah, I've been too nice in accepting this playthrough. What a mistake. Everything I do was a mistake. I deserve to be alone. Oh, no, baby, no. Wait a minute! He raised the remote. I didn't have time to react. Wait a minute, we already got this ending! Ah! Why? Oh, hey, not dead. I woke up and looked around. The living room was becoming familiar to me. I wasn't sure how I felt about that. I looked down and noticed that I was no longer chained to the wall. Hey, the thing's off my neck. I reached up. No collar either. Ren? I searched around the room and yelled louder. Ren? No reply. Just silence. Where is the boy? I searched the entire house and waited, but he never came back. You survived. Now the house is yours. I don't know, that house probably stinks like blood. It's a nice house, though. I probably wouldn't want to stay there. Did he just leave? Did he just dip? Oh, he's gonna be wandering the streets looking for his murderer boyfriend, parent, I don't know. Oh. Alright, what if I say you don't need him? That guy's a douchebag. He was a butthole. He was the massive booty crevice. What? You never needed him. He was a booty crevice. Of course I did. I didn't have anything before him. My family hates me. I didn't have any friends. He was the only... Stop. What? You're alive now, right? Yeah, I guess. You've done that with and without him. You don't need him. And you don't need me. But you've been through pain. You don't know what tomorrow's gonna bring. So why not wait and find out? I don't want any more pain. I'm scared. Oh, the baby. That's okay. The future is scary, but it can be fun too. You're gonna get one chance at this, Ren. Well, I mean, I have multiple chances. Wait, Ren, we were just having a moment. I was about to give you the keep moving forward and there is always hope speech. Put the remote down. I tensed up as he raised the remote. But instead of a shock, I heard a quiet click. The collar popped open and fell to the floor like a dead weight. Please, just go. Before I changed my mind again, I paused for a moment. Then I grabbed a pen and paper off the coffee table. I'm going to leave, but I want you to have my number. Oh! I want to be your friend, for real. Call me. We can do something fun together. That isn't murder! Something we both like, okay? He nodded silently. I can't know what the future holds either, but I'm willing to find out. survived and helped Ren. Okay, that's it. That's the best ending. Ren will then go on to be a good member of society and help orphans and be a good boy, and he'll feel loved, and he'll be my buddy, and we're going to play Mario Kart together and be best friends. So that's the last ending, right? We don't need no more endings. That's the last ending, right? Gosh dang it, there's more endings. What if I say, you don't need him, you have me now. We're gonna be best buddies. I have you now. He shook his head. Look at me, getting all worked up about the past. His worried expression was only partially replaced by a strange smile. Uh-oh. I don't need to worry about him anymore. And you don't need to worry about anything. Uh-oh, no! Yandere Ren! You'll never leave me. I won't let you die. I'll take care of you. Forever. Oh noes! You survived. Ren won't let you die. Not too bad, not ideal. I would very much like the ending before this, but it's not bad, not so bad. Oh yeah, have I not commented about his cute little flippity-floppity ears? I tried not to stare too much, but are they some sort of costume? Oh no, they're my real ears and tail. I know it's probably kind of weird to see. I'm sort of a beastkin. I guess my confused expression urged him to continue. We're mostly just like humans. I can hide the ears and tail if I want. But someone once told me, you shouldn't hide who you are. Did Strade say that? Did Strade say that and it inspired you? Whoops, I'm rambling. I'll be just a bit. Sit tight. What if I explore upstairs when I'm left all by my lonesome? Maybe there's something upstairs that can help me. I climbed the carpeted stairs to another floor that looked just like the first. Clean. Simple. This house is so clean. It makes me angry. It looks like one of those example houses people look through to enter a lottery. I spotted an open door to a small bedroom. I walked towards it, the only evidence of something out of place. Oh. I know that Ren likes anime. Is this his room? Oh, he's so cute. A desk, clothing strewn about, even some garbage. It would look like any single guy's bedroom if there was a bed. But there was just a pile of blankets on the floor. I looked closer. Covered in orange fur. Is this where he sleeps? For the first time, it felt like I was invading someone's personal space. Oh, I didn't get to see his room before. I backed out of the room and closed the door, resisting the urge to tidy up. Okay, so this ending is called You Took Ren for Yourself. I'm assuming this ending will only be shown on my adult Patreon, because, I ask something of Ren now that I have him collared and bending to my will. Test out his new necklace. I played with the remote in my hand. He saw it too, and took a step back. Let's see how this works. And then I accidentally pressed the button to release it. He whimpered and shrank back from me. How does it feel? It hurts. Yeah. He sniffed and wiped his face. I'm sorry. His voice was sounding desperate. I shouldn't have pushed you like that. Threatened him. Oh, you're sorry now. I leant back. Now that collar's on your neck, you're not sorry. Yet. I'm gonna make you watch all of Revolutionary Girl Utena. And then I'm gonna make you watch the movie. And then I'm gonna make you write an essay on why the movie is actually the future of the TV show, and Anthe is just trying to recreate the events of the TV show to get Utena's memories back. I watched him begin to tremble. What are you gonna do to me? What do you want? I want them booty cheeks. What? Espoir, you can't do that. That's gonna have to go on your adult Patreon. What? Really? There's an ending called You Nailed Ren in the Head? Really? Man, Ren, you're really bad at this killing me thing. So this ending is called You Nailed Ren in the Head. So I was wondering, how in the world am I going to get the chance to nail Ren in the head? So you fight him to the point of getting him to be submissive and getting the thing on his neck, and instead of, some good old times to be had, like in the last ending, you say you want blood. Because you're really ticked off that he did this to you. Aww. And you choose, instead of something personal, which would be using the knife on him, or did I let Ren choose last time? I don't remember. Something brutal. My eyes settled on a nail gun. Ooh. Big, loud, and high power. This is the way to go. I turned back to Ren and smiled, brandishing the gun. How about this? His eyes widened at the tool, and he squirmed against the pole. I could hear his nails scratching on the floor like an animal. Aww. Maybe I should take care of that. I wondered if the nail would make it through the floor. Only one way to find out. I'll tell you right now, I'm not too happy about this. I'm sorry, Ren. I'm only doing it for the completion. I advanced on Ren, then held one of his legs. His begging became wordless whining. His skin felt a little cold. I pressed the gun to the top of his foot. You wanted to share something special with me, Ren. He looked up at me. Oh, the baby. Oh. I pulled the trigger and listened to him scream. Come on, Ren. We're just getting started. He tried to pull his foot back and yelped in pain. The nail really did go into the concrete. This thing's pretty heavy-duty, huh? I licked my lips. I grasped his free foot and positioned the gun. Oh, not his little fox feet. Oh. Stop. Please. Ren, we're well past the point of begging. Don't you think? I'm evil in this playthrough. I held the tool up to his upper arm and fired another nail. Oh! His screams were getting hoarser, but I felt that he hadn't had nearly enough. I gripped his other arm, firing wildly and breathing unsteadily. I stopped to catch my breath. He wasn't screaming anymore. I extended his arm. His arms were so thin that the industrial nails went right through to the other side. Oh! He was shivering and staring blankly. I tapped his face with the gun. Ren! He turned his eyes to me, but barely responded. I'm not finished. I looked him over and settled on his fuzzy ear. Not his widow flippity-floppity ears! When I grabbed it, he flinched and made a choked grasp. No, please. His flippity-floppity ear! I fired it through his ear. It was so soft and thin that the nail went through it entirely and ended up on the floor somewhere. Oh! He made a last pathetic sob before his head drooped. I don't think he can take any more. Finish him off or patch him up? Well, we're going for this ending, but I'm coming back and I'm patching him up. You're pathetic. I held the gun up to his forehead. He didn't seem to notice. Or if he did, he didn't care. Ooh, you nailed Ren in the head. Ooh, I would say that's what you get for messing with me. That's a bit overkill. Alright, let's patch him up. Let's patch him up somehow. Get the backside of a hammer to get these nails out of the baby. I laid the nail gun down. I think he's learned his lesson. He's got a little hole in his little ear. I checked his neck. He's alive, just unresponsive. I didn't have to search hard to find medical supplies. I pulled the nails out of his skin slowly. He kept shivering, but he didn't make a sound. I smiled at the blood welling up from the holes left behind. We did share something special. I held his chin up so he could see me. I understand what you meant now. I disinfected his wounds and wrapped bandages around everyone. Do you want to go back upstairs now? He looked at me and nodded slowly. Oh, I put my arm around him and helped him up. I'm glad you found me, Ren. I gave him a little squeeze as I pulled him up the stairs. We're going to have so much fun together. You gave your pet a few new holes. Oh, I don't feel good about that. So this ending is called It's Not So Bad, and we both just horribly, brutally murdered Lawrence. There was a tense silence before Ren finally spoke. I thought it would be easy. Not really. I looked at him questioningly. Killed someone. Neither have I. Is that a joke? I shrugged. Well, no. Who goes around killing people, Ren? Of course it's my first time. I shrugged and let out a small, awkward laugh. He joined me and relaxed a bit. I guess we're both criminals now. Yeah. Well, this house is made for people like us. I looked around at the seemingly pleasant room. It's not so bad, huh? No. And we have each other. Aw, we're just criminal murderers together. Yeah. We've got each other. What? It's not so bad? Okay, well that's nice. So this ending here is called You Begged for More. And it leads me to not only me being in Strade's tortured basement, but Ren being fed up with me and wearing his jacket. Take your clothes off. No, I don't want to. No way. I gripped my shirt. Ugh. I fell to my knees, gripping uselessly at the collar. Come on, Espoir. Now you're just wasting both of our time. He moved behind me while I was still gasping in pain. He wrenched my arms backward, and with the sharp, unmistakable noise of a zip tie, I was bound. I'll just do it myself. Oh no! I wondered how he'd managed to strip me with my arms tied for a moment. Then I saw the flash of a knife. Yeah, I figured. I tried to squirm away from him, but he moved fast. I choked back a whine of protest as he tore easily through my shirt. My Gucci blouse! It must be really sharp. I tried to kick him away, but it just made him move faster and more viciously. I felt the knife hit my skin. Stop! Ugh. Every protest made him move more harshly. He made some sort of inhuman growl, then pocketed the knife and tore at what was left of my clothes with his claws. My Gucci! In pieces! I flinched and writhed as he clawed my flesh underneath on purpose. Ow! Eventually I was left naked and shivering against the pole, covered in bloody scratches. I squirmed on the floor. Please! That was a rental Gucci shirt. I don't know if you can rent shirts. Oh, hush. He played with the knife in his hands. This is a gift. He stepped closer. Sometimes lessons hurt, but you'll learn to appreciate them. I bet Strade said that. I bet you got that from Strade. I pulled my knees closer, curled as tightly as I could with my arms behind me. Put your legs down. I hesitated. Now! There's nothing I can do. I slid my feet forward, trembling. He crouched over my lap, his tail twitching excitedly. He positioned the knife over my chest. I felt a small amount of relief seeing him move it sideways, getting ready to cut rather than stab. But the relief was short-lived once he sunk the blade in. I hissed in pain and grit my teeth. I wanted to shrink away from the knife, but the pain was making my chest heave. He held it. Ow, my health! He held it firmly, and each breath made it cut deeper. I couldn't help but start to cry. When he leaned back to admire his work, I slowly looked down with a whimper. Is that a... It's a heart. I could feel hot tears mixing with the blood on my chest. Do you like it? Yes. Why'd the music just stop? Oh. I knew you'd understand. He beamed at me. I do understand. This is so just carving a heart into my chest. How sweet. My bloody chest was stinging, but it felt warm too. I need power tools. My eyes widened with worry as he ran up the basement stairs. Yeah, my sanity would have to be super low for this. But I looked around at all the tools in the basement. Why did he go upstairs? Oh. You consider that a power tool? Well, I guess this ending's going in my adult Patreon as well. This next ending is called You Ran from Ren. Did I now? Did it work? You're a monster for killing Lawrence like that. I'm not. He started crying. Aw, don't you give me those little crocodile tears. I was so lonely. He broke down. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything. I flinched as he lifted the remote, but he pressed a different button. I heard a metallic clink, and the collar around my neck sprung open. It fell to the floor in front of me, and I looked at Ren in surprise. Aww! This all could have been solved by making him feel bad? You need to go. I almost wanted to comfort him, but my survival instinct told me that this chance wouldn't last. You're right. I am a monster. I took a step backward. Go! He screamed at me, and I turned on my heel. I ran to the door and stumbled outside. I ran until I couldn't anymore, and I never turned back. Yeah, that probably would be best. You survived. You ran from Ren until he sniffs you out and finds you again. Okay, this ending is called You Kept Ren. I think I've done that in a couple endings now, but I want obedience. Oh. Hey, you're the one that brought me here. And you can keep me here. But you're going to have to do what I say. Not the other way around. I waved the remote lazily to illustrate my point. Got it? Yes, Espoir. Good. I leaned back and relaxed. And I'm getting hungry. I'll cook something. He ran to the kitchen, and I sighed in contentment. This is much better. Aw, you kept Ren. Aw, I wouldn't want to keep him like that. This ending is called You Choked Ren to Death, so after we get the upper hand on him, I'm assuming that I'm going to use that chain instead of putting this nice collar on him. Destroy him? I'm not taking any chances. And he brought this onto himself. I pressed the chain back down. How long can someone live without oxygen? Well, he also is a fox boy, but then again, he needs oxygen. 3 minutes? I kept my weight on the chain. I stayed there, maybe for 10 minutes or more. Jeez! He couldn't fight me. I finally, slowly moved the chain. I pressed a finger to his neck to be sure. I killed him. Aw! Already? He didn't even get a chance to struggle? Aw! I stood up shakily. It's over. He looked even smaller on the floor like that. I shook my head. He's not a child, he is an adult man who can make adult man decisions. This was his fault. It didn't take me long to find his remote and key. I freed myself and tossed the collar on him and walked out the door. I rubbed my neck and stared out into the sunshine darkly, but I didn't look back. Now that's 2 guys that I've killed. You survived. You choked Ren to death. Nah. Okay, so this ending is called You're All His. Aw, well, I'm in the basement, I'm tied up, I'm naked, and he's wearing Strade's jacket, so... You know, I'm doing this because I love you. His tail twitched. And you love me too, right? No. He's like, what? Why in your right mind would you say that you don't love me? I can't believe it. He looked at the nail gun in his hands. His silence was making me rethink my reply. Before I could say anything else, he turned and walked away. He left the nail gun on the counter and climbed the stairs quietly. That's even scarier. I whimpered and pulled at the ties on my wrists. Why did I say no? My increasing regret was eventually interrupted by the soft creaking of the wooden stairs. I didn't have to look him over long to see what he'd left for. A gun? What the heck? What? You could have just used the nail gun. It's the same concept. Why did you go upstairs and grab a blicky? I'm insulted now. You do all this, you torture me, you make me kill a guy, you drag me down to your basement, there's probably bruises on my feet, and you're just gonna end me with a gun? You can do better. You can do better. Strade would never. Strade would never. No, really, fluff Strade, though. A gun? Break yourself, fool. A real gun? It's funny. He raised the weapon. Strade had so many tools, and more knives than I've ever bothered to count. But he only had one gun. I couldn't move. I wasn't even sure I was breathing. He must not have liked guns. I'm going to die. But I kind of like it. All right. I'm going to die in this house. Tell me you love me. Walk through. Do it. I responded immediately. I love you. I love you. My voice was cracking. Of course you'd say that. You'd say anything right now, wouldn't you? You probably don't mean it. Listen here. I could put as much false love upon you as I can muster. He lowered the gun. Ugh. Ren, Ow. The sound rang loud off the walls. Well, thanks, I'm deaf now. Then the pain came. I looked down at the hole in my leg. Ouch! My gams. What happens if I don't profess my love? Teehee. What a mistake. No one will ever love me like he did. Ah! Ren shot you in the head. Well, thanks for the ending, dummy. That's exactly what I wanted. Alright, but seriously though. I love you. Oh, shoot. That decimated my sanity. I guess I do love him. I do. I may have only met you, but I've never felt more alive. I'm so scared, and it hurts, but I know. I was shaking. I know I'm supposed to be here. I want to be with you. I need you. I leaned forward, tears streaming down my face. I'm yours, Ren. I'm all yours. Oh, look at him blush. Oh. I broke down and sobbed into my lap. Just don't shoot my thighs anymore, you little psycho. I didn't flinch when I felt his hand on my head. That's a really good start. You survived. You're all his. Yeah, I guess. This ending is called Ren Will Take Really Good Care of You, or You're His Pet Now. I'll do anything if you don't use that nail gun on me. He paused at the offer. Anything? I took another look at the nail gun, weighing my options. Well, I mean, yeah. Anything has to be better than that. I nodded, surely. Get up on your knees. Can I do that? He looked a bit nervous. I struggled to sit up with my arms tied back. When I finally managed to get up, he moved forward and pressed against me. Uh-oh. Is this ending gonna solidify that this entire video gets put on my adult Patreon?
Yes.
This ending is called He Didn't Need You, so it says for me to not really fight back when he gets me. I tried to grab the chain on the floor, but I stumbled. I kicked at him, trying to wrestle him away. I think I could take him. I'm 5'1", about 200 pounds. I could take him. I could mess his little body up. I don't care if he's like an adult man. I could take him. Oh wait, but then again he has claws. He was too fast for me to stop him. He grasped the chain and slung it around my neck. Whoops. Ah! I stumbled and fell back to the floor. I tried to kick him off, but he had a better leverage. He kept moving and pressing the chain tighter. I rasped out a last angry grunt as I tried to strike him. Dang it! He dodged me easily. My arms were getting heavier. I couldn't suck in a breath. I don't need you. He heaved all of his weight down on the chain. I don't need anyone. Soon, even my eyelids were too heavy. Okay. I felt my head fall to the side. He never stopped squeezing. Well, fine. I'm glad you've learned independence. It'd be nice if you didn't learn that by choking me out. Near the beginning, what if I ask him, can I also have a knife? With my food? To cut my food? You know, for nothing else? But to cut my food? You know, for the steak? I suppose it would be pretty hard to eat with just a fork. He left to the kitchen again. I heard him rattle through some drawers for cutlery. He came back quickly, beaming and holding out a knife and fork. I took it quietly and looked down at my meal. Am I supposed to get him? I think I'm supposed to get him. Yep. I'm gonna get him with that knife. Attack him! Now I've got a weapon. I need him a little closer. Ren, there's something in my potatoes. Really? My heart was hammering in my chest. He leaned in much closer. Perfect. Slash! I swiped for his neck. You fool! that didn't work, did it? Did it? No. You! I instinctively leaned away. He was so fast. He's got them little fox feets. He was bristling. You're lucky. I have more patience than he did. What? Wait! I'm gonna do it again! I gasped and fell back against the chair. My plate, the food, and the knife all clattered to the ground. My food! Looks like you're going hungry tonight. I looked down at the mess dully. He gathered up the plates and utensils. Then he turned to take them to the kitchen with a frustrated sigh. Now you gotta clean the carpet, ha ha ha. Attack him again! Ha 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 ha! It doesn't work. You're safe and sound, right where you belong. You're a monster! You think I'm a monster? His fur was bristling. Oh, I bet he looks so cute. I'll show you a monster. What you gonna do with that remote? Ah! My sanity. Whoops. Oh, wait. My sanity came back. I'm not dead. Now what's happening? It says obey, so alright. Guess my clothes are coming off. I can't. Please stop using that knife upon my body. I couldn't move. I couldn't even feel anymore. Oh, is that it? Is that it? Oh, I couldn't open my eyes. And somehow I knew I'd never open them again. At least it didn't hurt anymore. Oh, I'm dead. Your body gave out. I'm surprised it didn't do that sooner. We did it. We've just got one more ending to do. Alright, we've subdued Ren. We have the remote to the collar around our neck. He's unconscious. What if we just leave? We're safe now. What if we spare him and leave? I looked down at him. Crappy little weasel. Aw, crappy little weasel. I knew I could finish him off easily, and I have, in several endings. But, whatever. I tossed the open collar onto the floor. I don't need to kill him. I took a step and remembered the chain still on my ankle. Ugh. I rummaged through Ren's other pockets until I found the small key. I hastily unlocked the shackle and kicked the chain off. I turned and approached the front door. I paused for a second. And then I put his hand in some warm water. Then I opened the door and walked through. It's over. Fluff this stuff. I'm out. I'll just leave. I breathed in the sun and never looked back. You escaped and spared Ren. Hopefully he doesn't grow up to make some twisted game show where people buy other people to keep and torture. Yay! Yay! Him! We did it! We did it! We did it! Yeah! We got all of Ren's endings in Boyfriend to Death too! Ha ha ha! That probably says a lot about him, that you survive a good number of his endings. Look at that! Look at that at him whittle tail! Oh! Just Ren is like, I'm an adult man. I pay taxes. And I'm like, you're still a little tiny weasel. He's so cute. Oh, I can move that. I can move it. Oh, well, yeah, I guess so you can see all the other stuff. Oh, he's so cute. Well, now that I know all of Ren's story here, at some point, I would like to move on to the Price of Flesh to meet an older man known as Fox, who may or may not have something to do with this young man right here. Daisy! No, that's all the endings. That's all. We're done. I know there's other guys in this game, but I think I will leave that up to my adult Patreons if you guys want me to explore Vincent and Kane. I know nothing about them, but I don't know. For right now, we're here for this little weasel. But anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Take care of yourself, have a great night, and remember, there is always hope.